about its contents, but now I'll refrain from doing it, now that so vividly both the authors, Khaja Sahab and then Sablu Khan, have narrated the main contents of the book. I'll refrain from doing that. Now, there are a lot of aspirants here. Quite a few of you, I'm told, are the first timers, and some of you are repeating. So, principally, I'll address you. Now that what to do after joining the service, what values to uphold, Mr. Subramaniam has very clearly told. I'll not get into that area. How to get into civil services, I'll stop at that area. Before that, let me very briefly talk about a small incident that happened recently. You know, that Khaja Sahab was mentioning about the relationship between him and Subramaniam in Khammam district. Incidentally, very coincidentally, my son was the collector in the same district last year. And this time floods were not in somewhere in Bhadrachalam because our districts have become very small now. Khammam is a separate district and Bhadrachalam is entirely a different district. Last year there were floods in Khammam. Whole town was inundated. Why I am mentioning this is 3 days back, he was passing through. He had gone to Missouri to deliver some lectures. While returning, he came to Hyderabad for a couple of days. These days he is taking a sabbatical in London. So he had come home. An youngster was sitting with him in the drawing room when he came home. He told him, look, this was my assistant director last year. And the floods, he did so much of good work. This is the report I had sent. He showed the report. But whether he got the Uttam Sabha or not, that I am not aware of. But he had recommended him for that. So how things change, but at the same time don't change. So now let me principally talk to you, the aspirants. See, all of you are thinking of joining the civil services. Let us very, very frankly tell, because it's a good, decent, and a very, very socially recognized livelihood. All of us are looking for that because we want good careers, good lives. That's why we are getting into that, for us to elevate the standards of our family. That's the principal reason. But having joined, see, alongside there are a lot of other things associated with civil services. Apart from the personal prestige that you get and the way it helps your family and those who are around you, apart from that, you have an excellent opportunity to work for the society, for the country. Where else do you get, apart from the political arena, etc., where it is very difficult to get in? There are a lot of backgrounds that you require for that, a lot of other aspects. Here, what is your capital, the type of background that most of us come from, is our intellect and our ability to work hard and discipline, and these are the aspects that we have. When these are our the basic capital, how we work on, why should work on this for the sake of the country and the society? You see, now, it is here, people coming with all type of backgrounds, where we get an opportunity to work for the society. The resources, the entire government machinery, organization that is available to us, the authority, the financial resources, all these sort of things you can put to good use and then do whatever you want for the good of the society. Apart from your personal needs, and this is one underlying reason why most of us are coming to the civil services, isn't it? So that's one reason that motivates us to get into that. But how to get in? The process is very, very difficult. The odds are heavily loaded against every single aspirant who comes into this arena. See, last year the statistics were being told by Khaja Sahab, 11 lakhs candidates for the aspirants. So many applied for the civil services examination. Close to 7 lakhs took the prelims examination. And out of that, the huge filtration process. About 12 to 13,000 make it to the main examination stage. Then the personality test, close to 3,000, maybe even less than that. ultimately a few hundreds make the cut. Last year it was 0.06%, start to finish. That was the ratio. Now looking at this, you can get deterred and move away from this. Or there is another way of looking at it. When a few hundreds have made it, why can't I be one among them? Unless I have that particular attitude, there's no point in coming anywhere near this examination. It tests your tenacity, your willpower, your ability to staying power, and then a lot of other attributes, similar attributes. In this book, I was really surprised because I was telling Khaja Sahib sitting there. I had known him for the last 4 decades, maybe more, close to 5 decades. 79 was the first year, so when you came to meet my father. That's the time I was a student. I had met you at that time. So in the last 5 decades, I have known him for a different set of qualities, for the values that he carried, his personality, his discipline, and many other such beautiful attributes that he has. He's an embodiment of all those good virtues and qualities. But this book, and then I was also thinking, probably he's in a time wrap, because of these are all old world values now. And many civil servants don't carry. So, but when this book was given to me, when I went through that, I was pleasantly surprised. How could he go in such great detail and then think of all the attributes that are required to be cultivated by a candidate to get into the civil services? So now, of course, partly him, partly Sablu Khan, who is quietly listening to us, his role. So both of them together have done a wonderful job in coming up with this book. I wanted to make some observations about the book as well as make some suggestions, but that I'll hold back. I'll give it later to you. Probably in the next editions, you can consider including them or elaborating on them. I was telling you about why civil services and why you are into this as aspirants. So examination is very tough. It's a long haul, very long haul. There is no other competitive examination in the country where you prepare one whole year and do it for one round. And God knows how many rounds you'll have to do this, repeat. Second round, third round. When 6th or 5th attempt was being talked about, I have known candidates. I had also gone to Missouri recently for some interactions. I found candidates who have written it 11th time. In the last 11 years, they have been doing nothing but preparing for the examination, going and writing it. I caught hold of that candidate and asked him, I admire your tenacity. 11 years you have been doing nothing but writing civil services. He says, sir, now I have a problem. After doing this for 11 years, now I do not know what to do. It's so easy. Every year I used to fall down, get up, and then gather my strength and then start writing. I asked him, what was the toughest part during your preparation you faced? He says the final result that comes, and within 2 weeks you have to take the prelims again. So I had gone so close to get selected, but then I was not selected, but then I had to pick up again. In 15 days I have to go and write prelims. That was the toughest period, he says, that he faced in his life. Yes, that is right. So that's the toughness of the examination. This is something like a marathon. In this book, what I really liked is, be prepared for a long haul. It's very clearly stated. It is something like a marathon. It's not a 100-meter dash where you, in one single burst, you give all your energy and be out of it, whether you get it or not. But here, even for one attempt, it's a marathon. It's not a T20 match. It's a test match. 5 days, lot of strategies, lot of stamina, and then staying power, and all those things have to be exhibited before you can do that. But believe me, unless you have it in you, no book, no approach, no study circle can put you into the civil services. Basically, you must have those attributes in you